Alright folks, so we're here in my backyard patio. There's wind blowing, sorry about that. But I wanted to bring to you a little video we're going to do where we're going to cover a new product that the Good Charcoal Company sent over to me that we're going to give it a try. This is their briquettes, and this is the Good Charcoal Super Briquettes made of 100% chemical free, burns hotter, lasts longer. Ingredients are acacia wood, cornstarch, and water. That's it. I like that idea. Now, it is a little bit on the smaller briquette. Okay, so it's a little bit bigger whenever we hold that up, but just means we use more of them, but that's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to cook some salmon with this, and we're going to cook it without any chunks of wood so we can get the actual flavor of just doing a charcoal cook on salmon. So, and then yeah, so sorry for the wind blowing the camera around, but it's windy in Oklahoma. Who knew? So anyways, we're gonna fill up the chimney and we're going to get it lit. Then we're gonna go inside and we're gonna prep our salmon. So yeah, join me for that. I mean, this is a good size pillowed. I mean, you know, it's about the size of the palm of my hand. So I like that about it. It's just not as big as one of the ones I typically use. But that doesn't make it a bad thing, guys, because ounce for ounce, it's still going to burn, okay? You just, instead of me knowing that I put 14 in my Ranger or my Weber kettle to achieve 250 degrees, I'm going to put probably 20, 22, right? And it'll basically ounce out the same whenever I weigh it. So yeah, let's try that. Let's see what happens. So we'll get that. So again, the Good Charcoal Company. Thank you guys for giving me a chance to try your stuff out. Get some tumbleweeds. I like that it's made with the hard wood or acacia wood out of Nambia in South Africa. I've used that kind of wood. I've used acacia wood before in another product that I did a burn test with their product, and I'm here to tell you it burns hotter. So burns longer, burns hotter, lasts a little bit longer. I already kind of believe that. So yeah. Let's torch this. Like that. Like that, let that start going to town. I'm just kind of smelling it. Smelling the smoke, and smoke smells good. You know, I mean, it's mainly starch, but still, that's all acacia charcoal. So yeah, let's let it keep going. Let's go inside and let's prep that up, okay? Stop. Stop shooting. Shoot. Stop. I don't know how to make it stop. Guess I can pause it. I will tell you one thing about it. It does actually smell better as far as that goes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually move this in a little bit closer because I'm getting wind off of the gusset of my roof right here, off the top of the roof. It's coming straight down and hitting this. So what we'll do is we're going to move this forward a little bit. So let's do that now. Right there. Just gives it a little bit more of a you can still see what's going on. But again, see how that changed? Just because now that wind's coming off and going down like that from the roof right up here. It's coming down, but it's going at an angle, and it's basically creating this negative airspace in here. So I use that to my advantage. So, yep. Okay, let's go inside. Okay, guys. So now we're inside. We're gonna get got a deal on some fish, so some salmon. So I'm gonna go with that skin on salmon, and we're going tonight. It's gonna be all about Matt Pittman would be happy. Meat Church, the seafood, really good. I call it his black label. It's good stuff, guys. Anyways, great flavor for seafood, great. So let's get some gloves. Forgive my blue gloves, but they're kind of what I use in the kitchen when nobody's looking. I'm using the crock side of this just to kind of clean the blade up a little bit, kind of get that, kind of hone it back. Doesn't really bring any off of it, it just gets all the burrs off and just kind of refreshes the actual blade, or the edge of the blade. So doesn't remove anything, just kind of cleans it up from the last time I used it. So let's go with that. So see, we're looking at, what is this? By weight, 3.4, so just under 3.5. This bad boy on. I am going to cook it in 2 chunks. Actually, they do this to me every time. Check that out. Get that. This over here. And then lay this out. Look at that. A little bit of hidden meat there, folks. That's okay. I'm gonna run my hand over it. See if I feel any bones straight out. There's something there. Again, I'm just kind of feeling along for anything. I know my wife will get a few meals out of this, so I'm just going to kind of there's 1, there's 2. And 3, and that'll be 4. So yep, good enough for who's 4. There we go. Nothing wrong with that. And again, there's not a lot we need to do to this. It's salmon. Guys, it's going to be delish regardless. So, yep. And this is what I do. I do basic stuff, guys. I'm not going to lie. I don't kill myself. I'll take off those pieces just to clean it up. I have these in here. I don't like it. And then I didn't have time to do a brine on it, guys, because typically I would have done a salt brine, washed it off so that it would have basically not get some of that. There's a bone sitting right on top, guys. Typically, to get some of the, what's that chemical called that extrudes in white? Sorry, I forgot. And then I am liberal with the seasoning. Because I like seasoned flavor on mine. And I have Champion's Barbecue Supply just down the road, so I can always pick up more. And they are one of my sponsors for competition. So, shout out, thank you, Champion's Barbecue Supply. Yep. Like Bradley would tell us, don't forget the sides. Rookie mistake. There we go. There we go. So yeah, Meat Church Seafood. They make them in bigger containers now. This is a little bit older. And this is, he calls this his gourmet spice. So yeah, I call it his black label. Yeah, all right. So we've done that. Let's put this into the trash. And let's go back outside and see how our fire's doing. Okay, so I like what's going on here. I'm slowly catching. Now, because it's acacia wood, it's a denser wood. It's from a very hot region of the world in Nambia. And because of that, it's going to take a little bit longer to get going, okay? Because it's going to take longer for that wood to basically catch. Even in charcoal form, guys. Even in the charcoal form that it's in with starch and all of that, it's still going to, take a little bit to get going. But that's okay, because it's going to burn a little bit hotter even when we go to dump our coals. And we're actually going to use baskets on this. So let's get the baskets and get them set up. Really smells good, though, I have to say. I don't use these that much. Doesn't mean I don't like them. I usually just pile it on the side. But for the sake of what we're doing, I'm going to cook in the middle. So I'm going to use my baskets for this. So yeah. And this is cooking down some, I can tell. So I'm going to put a little more on top. No, I'm going to leave it. We're cooking fish. Fish is a fast cook. Yeah. So let me show you this here. Our premium large acacia super briquettes are made of 100% chemical free. No chemicals or additives in our charcoal means no chemical added to your barbecue. Acacia wood comes from Nambia in South Africa, some of the hottest places on the earth, which makes for a dense wood that hotter than oak and hickory. The good charcoal burns hotter, cooks more evenly, and lasts longer. Therefore, you need less. You eat what you grill. Why cook with chemicals when you have a choice not to? So starch would be the one additive in water. That's it. So, the Good Charcoal Company does partner with local communities across the U.S., sponsoring free weekly barbecues for those facing food insecurities. So yeah. And then it says it helps the environment. The Good Charcoal Company is helping solve an environmental problem in Africa called bush encroachment, which is the acacia overgrowth threatening open grasslands needed for wildlife to safely hunt, graze, and roam, and cheetahs to run. So yeah, and take down, I don't know, them, things, antelope or whatever, right? So yeah, ours is the first Forest Stewardship Council, FSC, certified charcoal in America, and we were given the Forester Stewardship Council US 2023 Leadership Award. So yeah, and then the instructions on here for lighting the good charcoal. The good way to light the good charcoal, we prefer to use a charcoal chimney. Check. Right? It's natural, clean, and very effective. Check. Normally fully lit in about 15 to 20 minutes. I don't have the time on here, but it's been about 10-15 minutes. And it's still working on getting lit. So I have seen that it takes a little bit longer to get lit than this 15 to 20. So full disclosure, it takes a little bit longer. But that's okay. It's going to burn hotter, which means I need to use a little less, which is a good thing. Now it even tells you. Now, if lighter fluid is your preferred choice, no judgment. It says that. I didn't say that. It says no judgment right there. No judgment. Just be sure to follow the lighter fluid and manufacturer's instructions. Because, guys, that lighter fluid burns off too. Bar A in Montgomery, they use the Matchlight charcoal to start their 4,000 gallon offsets and stuff like that and get rolling. And they make some of the best dang barbecue in all of Texas. I'm here to tell you, been there. It's delish. So yeah, so here we are, the Good Charcoal Company, Super Briquettes. I also have some lump charcoal coming from them, which I'm super stoked about because we're going to use that in the drum. See what we get with that. So yeah, we'll give this a few minutes and it should be good to go. We're going to dump it, put it on both sides, bring this thing up to temp. I'm going to put a temp probe in this one. This is my Weber 1966 kettle. It's from my birth year, so it's as old as me, 59 years old, and it's a Weber kettle. It's still humming, and so am I. Just saying, still alive, still kicking. So yeah, all right, let's give it a second. And something I didn't mention, but I should have mentioned, is that this is a smaller bag that you get, guys, so it's more economical, it's easy travel size, and you get roughly 2 chimneys worth in every bag. So I still have half a bag for another chimney left in this bag. Alright, folks, we got good ash going on, extremely hot. We're going to dump this. We're going to put it in both the baskets. We're going to put our probe in place. And then we're going to let it come level out on temp. And like I said, we're not using any chunks of wood or anything, guys. So we're just going with the good charcoal, okay? I want to get that flavor. And hey, fish, yeah. Now, I move a little over here, like this, that are burning. And then I put a little over here. And I put a little over here on the bottom so they kind of keep going hot. Guys, I like the smell. I like the smell. I really do. The smell is quite nice. It's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Once it got going. Got tongs. Get these to kind of even out. And this stuff is hot, dude. I'm here to tell you. We're going to shut these vents down a little bit because we don't want it to run away on us. I have them wide open for now. What I'll do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to shut them halves. Like that. And this back one, I'm going to even shut it down a little bit and I'm going to let it ask me and tell me how much air it needs. So, do that. It's a great place. This one is bent just a little bit, drives me crazy. There we go. Oh. Put this in place because we're going to be cooking right over it. Just like that. Let's put our ambient probe in there. And you know what? I want to put it on the bottom. So, hang on 1 second. Let me gather this back off. take this, grab it 1,000 times with my gloved hand, and I'll put it right on here underneath so I can use it. And of course it comes out. Why would it stay in? Why would it make my life easy? There. Take it. Place it back in there. There. Now, I can run this. Take the gloves off. Run this over. And we need, so when you put this on, this can go on there. And this way we can start getting an ambient temperature. And that'll keep it out of the way. That'll be fine. Put this lid on. Leave that open. And see where we finish off at. So let's find out. So stay tuned. Let me show you guys what we're dealing with here as far as the temperature. 359 is kind of where it's maxing out. So we're going to give it a few minutes before we put it on because I need this to come down. So what I've done is I've pretty much choked off everything, including this. So guys, normally my kettle with that same amount of other brands that aren't acacia wood would be right around 255, 275. You know, I can get it screaming more, but I usually don't. But I used a little bit more because of the smaller chunks, but I gotta let that come down, guys. I can't deal with that. So that sand would be done before I even put it down, right, and close the lid. So we'll just kind of give it a minute and see what happens. Hang on. Stay tuned. And just so you know, in the background over here, this is something I'm doing for tomorrow. This is going to be running of the snakes. So I'll cut it out of this video and I'll put it in the other. So again, I cut it back. I've closed basically all the vents and I'm just going to let it drop. Whenever it reaches about 300, I'll open up one vent slightly and see if it kind of keeps going, okay guys? But for now, I'm going to give me a libation and we're going to keep watching it come down in town. So, yep, we'll see. Hang on, it's dropping. Alright guys, so we got her down to about 260. Whenever I open it up, it'll get a little bit cooler. I've cracked the vents on the bottom now. So we're looking a lot better. Still got a lot of going on. I mean, it's ashed over, but guys, it's still solid lumps in here, if you can see that. Actually, let me just show it to you real quick so you have an idea. But yeah, that's the good charcoal company right there. So yuppers. And by the way, that's the blazing sun going down over there. So I'm gonna leave you with that shot right there. Oh yeah, I gotta take this other one out of the picture, don't I? Alright guys, so now we got this climbing back up to about 230, 235, looking good. So what we're going to do is I'll open it up and show you how it's ashed over, but still solid chunks. Check this out. There you go. Still very nice. The good charcoal company right there. Good stuff. So we're going to go inside and we're going to get our fish. And you can enjoy that sunset right there. So it's coming down. It's going to drop out of that cloud right there. It's going to drop out of that cloud and it's going to be beautiful. So I'll bring you back for that. And to put the fish on. Okay guys, so here's the fish. Where's the fish? There's the fish. So it's nice and tacked on. I put it on the wire rack to make my life easy. So we're just going to basically put it right here in the middle. Take this. And then we're going to take this. We're going to place it right here in the middle. Do it just like that. Put our lid back on. And place this. If you notice, I have one basket here, one basket here. I'm cooking in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my vent and place it over this area here, so it draws up and out this way over the meat, and it's wide open here. And we're going to watch the temperature, and we're going to get about in the 240, 250 range, and let the fish cook.
Do I need to put?
Yep. We're going to watch that sun a little bit more as it comes out of those clouds. How about that? And I can edit it and cut it and all that. Yep. Wind's blowing, but we're doing good. My cat's whining, but when you open the door, he won't come out, so he's a wussy. Come on, Jax. Join us. See, look. Cat's like, I don't know, man. It's a wild, wild world out there. Come on, Jax. Look, pausing in the doorway. Always on the wrong side. Come on, buddy. Look at that getting brighter, guys. Oh, he gave up. He went inside. So, yeah, we're just going to continue to monitor that. This thing's back up to 230, 227, 228. It's climbing back up. I'm going to open one of the vents a little bit more. There you go. The one thing that that I can't stress enough is going to be fire management. Learning how your grill likes to use fuel, and that's the biggest part. I have 3 vents on the bottom. I have 2 that one is completely closed on the bottom. I have one that's half open and one that's a little bit more than it's about 3/4 open. And they're under the fire baskets here and here, so they're going to draw up and out this way. So, but you know, my temp now, look at 230. I can open this one up a little bit more and probably get to about 240. But that's just knowing whatever platform you're cooking on. This one right here, completely different because I have an ash catcher on it. But I know how to adjust it, and I have it marked accordingly so that I can adjust it, okay? And I know what it likes. That's a blazing sun, isn't it, guys? We're just gonna keep on watching that as it gets brighter and brighter. Check that out. I'll probably time lapse this if I know how to do that. Take a look around, guys. Those clouds over there. Last light. Well, not yet, but you know. Yeah. Yuppers. Again, I'll probably do some heavy editing, but this is the first time I've made a YouTube video this long. It's up to 235, guys. It's doing wonderful. It's just steady as she goes. Weber 1966. Still killing it. Still crushing it. I learned fire management with it. Piece of cake. Totally different when you use this one over here, but you can do the same thing. When I use my Ranger over here, guys, same thing. Learn how it likes to cook and use fuel. And the offset that I have right over here, same thing. Just learn your fire management. Yeah, it's setting right on 235. Now it went down to 234, so that tells me it's hit the apex of what it likes, and it's bouncing on 235, 234. I mean, you can even see it. And look, it went up to 236. You see that there? 237. And that, remember, that's an ambient probe that's on the underside, right under the fish. So I know exactly where that temperature is coming from, and it's right under the fish, right under the center of the fish. Can I say fish one more time?
Oh my God! You all right? You all right? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
All right, we're just watching the sun come down. It's blazing. Look at that, man. Guys, it's beautiful. Yep. Check it out, guys. The sun going down off in the west of Oklahoma. How cool is that? And if you look this way, nice and dark. And I feel like I'm hearing raindrops. Yep. Okay, she's running right at 264 right there. Happy with that. Let's go ahead and temp it and see where we are on our fish. Oh yeah. We're at 110. 110, 112, 119, 110. There you go, guys. Look at that. 109. Doing just fine. Yeah, we might get it in just in time. Yep. One more shot of the sun, guys, going down. Beautiful out in the west. Starting to feel some raindrops too. You can probably hear them. Well, we're taking some rain, but we're cooking at 275, so we look good. It's cooking up just fine. Just gotta keep going a little bit. And depending on what this weather does, there's the last of the sun off over there. So yeah, there's some of the clouds. Oklahoma to the north, folks. Looking north. Spring. Ooh, lightning overhead. Joy. Alright, guys. So we're probably ready to check this fish again, and it should be about ready. 135, 138. Right there is what we like. Look at color on that. Oh man. 134. Oh yeah, 135. We're good. We're good. We're gonna pull this off and we'll take a look at the good charcoal. So let me put that down for a second. Get something on that'll handle the hotness. Just put a piece of aluminum foil. I'd rather sacrifice aluminum foil than clean the pan. So take this. Put it there. Take these. See what a rack does for you? Makes it easy. Now if I could just remember to do it in competition all the time with ribs, I'd be doing good. There you go. They're good to go. Now let's take a look at our charcoal. And I want to show you the ambient probe again, where it was, because I want you to see kind of what I like to do. So check this out. There's our ambient probe. See it upside down? Okay, that's our ambient probe, so I know it's 220 degrees right there in that spot. Then I have my fire baskets, and if you look at them, look how hot they're still burning, guys. They're still just cruising along. Check this out. There's our salmon. By the way, that's albumin on there. Let's open this up and get a better look. I say that, but then I can't open it up. There you go. Look how much of this is left, guys. That's still a solid chunk. I mean, I can knock the ash off, but those are still solid chunks. I'm gonna shut this sucker down and see how much we have left over. If I shake it out, guys, that's plenty. Look at that. So yeah, let's shut her down and see what happens tomorrow. So stay tuned. One last look at the majesticness of the Oklahoma sky. You're looking to the northwest right there. Now you're looking due north. Waiting for some more lightning. There's more lightning off here. Huh. So anyways, that's what we're doing back here at Son's backyard. We're going to go inside. We're going to eat now, guys. So let's do that. There you go, folks. One more shot of Meat Church's seafood. I call it the black label, guys. Right there. Seafood rub on salmon. The dog's ready. She's keeping a close eye on everything. She goes, I like fish too. And the cat's over there waiting patiently. So, yep. And again, that good charcoal, I shut it down. See if I can't save some of the coals and see what we can do with those. More on that later.